Hello, Kabir. Hello, hello. Good evening,
Hello.
Kabir.
Good evening.
Good evening. First of all, I love your T-shirt, Chicago. So,
Thanks.
yeah. So, how did you get it? Chicago University sent it you?
They sent it with my acceptance package. So I got this, a scarf and a cap and
Oh,
a
I
few bits. Yeah.
yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Like yesterday, I think you know Suborno. So he also received that kind like cap or or like that. Okay, okay. So like they are also sending caps.
Yes, they sent a cap and a scarf.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so Kabir, we are starting from like just basics. Like student have many doubts. Okay, tons of doubts. So one by one, we just clear all doubts. Okay. So if anyone have doubt, just like comment or ask in chat box. Or there are also option of okay question option. Okay, so just ask in question section. Okay. So Kabir, first of all, what about your flight and when you will take off to Chicago?
So I'll go on 4th September.
Okay,
And I'm
4th of
not
September.
going to Chicago. I'm actually going to San Francisco first. I have a program there. So we'll be visiting Google's office and Apple's office, like a few companies' headquarters. So it's
Okay.
a career exploration program. I got an alarm. Career exploration program for like CS and data science. And then after that, I'll be going to Chicago on the 4th of September.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. And I think there was one first question, which is what was your college essay like? So, what was your college essay like?
Common App or U Chicago? I can tell. So Common App was about. So I chose the prompt that was tell us about an incident that was really meaningful to you, something like that. So I talked about there's an event in our school called Muki Olympics. It's like a inter-house competition, sports competition.
Yeah.
So there in one, so we have half the points are for sports, but of the points are for the spirit of how much you cheer for your house. What are the unique ways in which you can like cheer for your house and motivate your team? So there was a football competition, and in that I decided to become a Smurf, a mascot of a Smurf. Our house's color was blue, so I painted myself completely blue, and I wore a skirt, and
Oh
I
my God.
I became like a Smurf basically. So it was
Okay.
about like how I have always been like a shy kid, but in that moment, how I was confident enough to become like this, to dress up
Yeah.
like in front of the whole school. And then I went and danced in front of the whole school to just like show the spirit. So it was
Yeah.
like how I found a community where I could be myself and how I could express myself. So it was something like that. And for my U Chicago essay, it was about, so the prompt was uh, take a historical figure and put them in a new place, profession, or etc. So I took Alan Turing, who is the father of computer science. He basically created like the principles of computer science that we use today. So I
Yeah.
took him and I put him in New York City in the 1970s. So basically, when the stock market was rising and around Black Monday, when the stock market crashed. So it
Yeah.
was, and I made him like a finance genius. And it was basically a commentary on like capitalism and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. I love that. It's like too unique. You can say that. And there was another question. What were your SAT score? SAT score?
So SAT, I got 1540, 7 760 in English and 780 in maths.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And like Kavi, what about like your first of all, I just want to share everything real. So I just receiving a call from mother of some one student. So their whole family is worried about their child's future, and there was a student. I don't want to reveal the name. So
Yeah.
he want to get into top universities, but their father or mother or family members are saying that just stay in India and just do JE and just get into some normal universities. And they are thought that getting into top universities is like too costly, or their child is not able to go study abroad. Their child is safe zone, etc. So what about this? According to you, any solution?
I think these students can get in touch with like Indian students who are already studying abroad, uh, and make their parents talk to them and make them realize that it matlab, like बच्चे बिगड़ नहीं जाएंगे, like they will not
Yeah.
have a bad influence on the children. It will be a good experience, and they should, because it's not the parents' fault, because they have heard all their life that IIT is the best university, IIT, NIT, but they don't know that outside also the American universities are also just as good, if not better. So maybe they can research with their parents and show them that these universities are really good and they will have really good job opportunities after that. And also that they should know that they have a lot of money. These universities have so much money and they will easily give you financial aid. So especially in the top universities, they usually give you more financial aid than you ask for. Like in my case, they gave me more than I asked for. So if you have that profile that they want, they will throw money at you. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, so I already said that it's all about profile. If
Yeah.
your child have potential and like good profile, good SAT score, and like he's just like doing everything in a fair manner, so everything is fine. You can get full financial aid. So
Yeah.
yeah, and there is another question which is extracurricular. What were your extracurricular? So say something about your extracurriculars.
Extracurricular. I think my most important extracurricular was research. I had written 3 research papers. 2 of them were about machine learning, and one of them was like researching the environmental, like the water quality in the lakes in my city. I think research makes you stand out from the group, and like especially if you can publish the research in a scientific journal, then it will be really great. So my suggestion would be to definitely get at least one paper and try to get it published. And other than that, at least have one leadership project, something that you started on your own, a club or something organization that you started in your own. If you have any passion and maybe you see in your school that there is no club for this, like for example, you really like math, you really like astronomy, anything. So you can start something like that in your school or just within your neighborhood, in your colony, anything like that. And also one community service. So that was my rule. At least one community service, one leadership, and one research. So yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. And Kabir, what about like there are different types of colleges. So there was an specific type, like why this college? So I think you already write this question. So any advice for like writing why this college, like about your experience?
Okay. So for why this college, I think the first thing we need to understand is that they are not asking to hear their own qualities. Matlab, most students just like they just praise the college. Like if I'm writing for YU Chicago, I will write, oh, U Chicago has a great economics program. They are top ranking in this, whatever, whatever, whatever. But they already know that. They already know how good they are. They don't want to hear that. What they want to hear is why you will be a good fit for them. So in that question, they are actually asking why would the student and the college fit well together. So you have to say, Chicago has a great economics program, and I am so passionate about economics. I will contribute in this way. I will do this when I get there. I will make use. I will join this club in the college. I will join this course in that college. So you have to like show what you will do if you have been accepted. Don't just talk about the college. My rule is there should be more I than the college. So don't talk about the college, talk more about yourself in relation to the college.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And another question is, which part of SAT was harder for you? If English, can you explain how to improve?
Yeah. English, I think it's just for me, English was more harder than math. Uh, I think in English, just practice a lot. There is no, because it's a very specific skill. Matlab, even if you read a lot of books, even if you read newspaper, anything like that, it's a very specific skill to crack SAT English. For writing section, you can definitely just focus on grammar, etc. Try to focus more on spoken English and listen to English, watch English movies, etc. But for the reading section, I think just a lot of practice is needed.
Yeah, exactly. And only you can say that 10 to 11 days are left for August attempt. So yeah, I'm suggesting to all students, just like every day I'm providing one full length test. So just take one full length test in
Exactly.
the morning. Then for the whole day, just analyze. Okay, I do that mistake in that
And
question.
the day before the exam, don't do a test and just read.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm saying that 10 to 11 days. Because like I strongly suggest to all students, just like don't study just a day before the exam, because like it
Yeah.
will create more stress. So
Create
before
more
10 days,
anxiety. You'll
yeah,
get panic.
yeah. So just take five full length tests every day. Take one full length test, then analyze. Okay, I do that mistake in that question. So just search about that topic. So this like method is good, or you have something else?
The method of just like taking a lot of tests.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of no.
This is exactly what I did. Just take
Yeah,
so many practice tests, you will know exactly where you are making the mistakes. Because they
yeah,
are all the tests have a similar pattern. They have only a few like types of questions. So if you take like 10 tests, you will understand that these are the only type of questions they can ask, and you will be
yeah.
able to solve them.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Okay, Viral. Kabir. So, Kabir, what about like it's about essays? There are lots of questions. Okay. What was your set? Okay. So another question. Are you attended the college? Okay, so it's
Not
not.
yet. Next.
Okay. Is Olympiad necessary?
No, I did not give Olympiad.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it helps if you want to take it, but I did not do it.
Yeah, and where can we find these full length practice tests? Okay, it's for me. So yeah, just message me. I will provide you. And I'm building a free, you can say that, a small platform, non-profit, where I am uploading 15 to 20 full length practice tests. Okay, so it's like to use. You can get four full length tests from like Blue Book, and there are also provided by other organization, but I'm just combining. Like I just collected all paid full length tests from like these books like digital SED preparation, and I'm just creating those full length tests at one place. So just DM me, so I will provide.
And
Okay,
also
so
just to add, Khan Academy is also really nice for like
yeah,
tutorial stuff. And it is also
yeah,
free.
yeah. Today like Khan Academy also providing, but if you're finding that okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
also,
it's
yeah,
great.
yeah, so like there are limitations. Okay,
Right.
so hi Kabir, regarding research papers, what if we write about topics from the internet or AI tools, would it be regarded as a research paper? Okay, and one of my friend did this with international relations, so he wanted to ask. Okay, so
As in
it's,
right from matlab, like on from Chat GPT, like
yeah, yeah,
copy.
he's talking about
Okay,
chat.
no. It's preferable to not do that.
Yeah,
Because plagiarism is like taken very seriously in US. So if you
okay.
copy from anywhere, if you copy from internet, or if you use Chat GPT, it's yeah, it can be a problem. So preferably
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, and two students sent me personal message. Can you ask his roadmap? Please discuss about roadmap. So, Kabir, I think like student are like just want to know about roadmap. So, can you like say something about roadmap? What is roadmap, and what is about your roadmap? About your roadmap, anything?
Like my schools, what did I
Yeah,
do?
roadmap means like some student have now. Okay, I will take SAT in August, then I will do that competition. I will do that. Like they have pre-made roadmap. Some student have a paper where they read. Okay, in that month I will start that competition. In that month I will start that. So they have a checklist full of checklist. So they are
Hmm.
talking about that roadmap. So you have any kind of roadmap, and you want to share?
Roadmap, I didn't really have any kind of roadmap, but I can tell you like my journey from 10th, 11th, 12th. So, 9th, 10th, I focused mostly on extracurricular activities and to start the organizations and clubs. And most of my extracurricular activities were actually from 9th and 10th, not 11th and 12th. So when I went to 11th, I switched to IB board in UWC. And so there I started focusing more on studies. So, and then in the summer or in between 11th and 12th, I wrote all my essays in that summer. So that summer I was just preparing for SAT and writing essays. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So I
Okay.
think most of my work was done in that summer, except the extracurricular activities which were done in ninth and 10th. So I would say if you are in ninth and 10th right now, start getting some extracurricular activities, and then in 11th and 12th you can start focusing a lot on the studies and SAT.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So there are also many questions. Another question is, okay, okay, participant. He write it anonymous participant. What are your other choices of university other than U Chicago? Any other choice? Any other
U
preference?
Chicago was my top choice, but I also was accepted to Princeton. I did not check any other result. The only other result I checked was Princeton. I was accepted, but U Chicago was my top choice, and I got more financial aid there anyways. So I chose U Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. So any specific reason why U Chicago?
Because I really like the core curriculum. We have a core curriculum that is, so we have to study something from humanities, something from social sciences, physical sciences, biology. So it makes you like develop all in an all-round way. So other than data science also, I will, when I graduate, I will have learned a lot about the world, and I think it just makes you a more intellectual person overall. So I like that. I also like that it's in Chicago, it's in a big city. So there are a lot of internship opportunities in really big companies. And U Chicago just in general is known for a lot of like theoretical rigor. It's like it places a lot of value on academic theory and just like discussing a lot of ideas. And it's not just like about getting a good grade, it's about actually learning something really well. So I really like that idea, and I really enjoyed writing the essay prompt that U Chicago had. I think they were the most fun prompts. The other essays for other colleges are like okay, kind of fine, but U Chicago essay was, I just had so much fun writing it, so I was like, I will have fun in the college as well.
Okay, I like that. It's called best fit. Okay, I think you are the best fit for U Chicago. And the students are asking about JE. Like one student is asking, okay, okay, tips for JE students and what did Bhaiya do for extracurriculars and does JE rank counted as a extracurricular?
I'm not sure. I think maybe it may count as an award, but I think they will take it into consideration.
Yeah,
Extracurricular.
there are two things. If you are applying in 12th grade, so worthless. There is no use of JE rank because like your scores, like your decision, your application, everything completed like in
And
Jan, yeah, Jan or Feb, I think, and you have to take your JE exam after that. So you don't have a like time machine. Okay, I will score second rank in JE. So
yeah,
please give me like admission. So if you are dropper and you already have a, you can say that good rank in
you
JE.
can.
So yeah, then you can like show that. Otherwise, there is no use.
Yeah.
Hmm. And a student asking, can we get research papers published by Bhaiya, like you, so we can get an idea of it. So like some student want your like research papers, so they
Yeah,
get idea.
I can send it to you, Krishna, and you can upload it in your website somehow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will send also in description of this live stream.
And
Okay,
also, I would just like to tell, I did this in collaboration with Lumiere. It's a company. So,
yeah,
and they also give financial aid. Mine was also on full scholarship. So
yeah,
they give you a mentor. Mine was from Columbia University. So they help you write the whole research paper. They help you for mine. He actually taught me the basics of image recognition in machine learning. So he taught me, and then we built the code together, and then he also helped me to write the paper. So it was a great experience. So if anyone would
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just share me the information. So I will add the whole information in this description. Okay. Also, students are asking, can we use same essays for different colleges? Same essay, like they just created for why this college. So they create some template kind of stuff. So like that.
I would suggest you to not do that for the question why this college, but for every other question you can. Like the question why did you choose this major? Almost every college asks this, and you can definitely create a template for that one. So for that kind of essays, yes, you can reuse. But for buy this college, I would suggest that you write a new one for every college.
Okay. And what about freelancing? Freelancing is a extracurricular.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah,
They
absolutely.
really like, colleges really like when you are doing some kind of job. If you are, because they like if you are supporting your family in some way, or like if you have some other commitments other than studying. So it kind of justifies, if you don't have very high grades, you can say, oh, I was doing this job, I was busy in this time. So then they'll be like, okay, it's fine. So they
Okay,
like.
and yeah, another question from my personal student, Kabir Bhaiya, what is your piece of advice for students who don't know what they want to do in their life and how they can choose their major and give their life a proper direction? So there are many students who don't have like proper idea. Okay, I have to go abroad. I have to choose this major. So any advice for those students?
I think though for those students, US is the perfect country, because I think it's one of the only countries where for like 2 3 years you don't even have to decide a major. First year, second year, you can explore as much as you want in almost every college. So it's, and if you just be honest about this in your essay, they also love honesty. So if you be honest in your essay that I also have this interest, I also have this interest, I don't know which one I would like to pursue, so that's why I would like to study in an American college and get all the experience from all these subjects, and then decide. So I think American colleges would really like that, and you will also be able to make a good decision if you go to an American college, if you don't know yet what you want to major in.
Okay, perfect. I think there is a problem in my background. Sorry. Okay. So Kabir, what about students are asking about your ninth and 10th grade score. So what is your 9th, 10th score?
I got nine A stars in all subjects in IGCSE. Ninth and tenth I did IGCSE. So A star in all.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And there is another question. Okay. Did you prepare for JEE? And if so, how did you manage it? What are your opinions for Indian universities compared to US universities?
Yeah, I did not prepare for JEE. I kind of prepared till eighth grade, matlab, very slightly, but in ninth, from ninth grade, when I switched to IGCSE, I was pretty sure that I want to go for abroad universities. Uh, as for Indian universities compared to US, I think for people who don't know what they want to do, for sure, US is definitely better. And but for people who want to do engineering specifically, I think for engineering, India is better. There, engineering is our like forte in India. It's our best skill. So you can try to go for an engineering college. Uh, but I think overall US colleges will have more exposure. So it's worth a try. Even if you are giving JE, you can still apply to a few US colleges that maybe need blind or that give good financial aid. So yeah, you will have a backup option.
Okay, an interesting question. Did you have any career counselor?
So as I said in my interview, my mother is actually career
Yeah,
counselor.
yeah.
So I kind of had her support, but most of the research I did on my own, because yeah, I really enjoyed the research process. But yes, she was there to start my journey.
Yeah, so yeah, according to me, it's also true. Your mother is the your counselor. Okay, and do IIT undergraduate degree make boost in masters in USA universities? Any both of bhaiya answer? Yeah, yeah,
For
you
sure,
can.
IIT, if you get an IIT tag, then so many US universities would love to take you in masters.
Yeah, but it's not confirmed. Your
Not
admission.
confirmed. It's
Yeah,
US university is never confirmed. Even if you have 100%, not any marks you have 60, 100, you
yeah,
can never confirm in a US university. But yes, IIT will definitely help. So yeah,
yeah. And what was your safety college? If like top universities like reject you or didn't work.
I had one safety. It was Grinnell. I did not get.
Okay. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, there are tons of questions. Other is what is the best piece of advice for extracurriculars for students in class 11th?
In class 11th. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, I think, as I said already, just show leadership in some way. So if your school has, like in Indian schools, we have CR, class representative, just try to be something like that. Student council, you can be on the student council. Or of course, you can start some kind of organization, some kind of club. So anything that shows that you can be a leader and that you can stick out from the rest of the group, that will really help. And community service. So you can find any problem in your community, even in your local neighborhood. It doesn't have to be on a large scale, and just start solving it somehow. Maybe you can create an organization for that as well. These two things will really help you.
Yeah, I am totally agree with that. And another like interesting question: Can your mother help us?
I can ask her, but
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
very busy.
yeah. Okay, got it. So, how was Grenal a safety as its acceptance rate? It's only 11%. Please answer, Bhaiya.
Yeah, it's not technically a safety, but I wanted to take a risk. And
Yeah, yeah. Every student have different college list. Like there are
yeah,
many students sending me message, "Ki Bhaiya, give me the like college list for me." I
it
didn't know
cannot,
about their. Yeah,
as it depends on your profile.
yeah. So for some students, the like Grenal is a like
Grinnell
safe
is an
college.
amazing college. I would have loved to go to Grinnell as well. I really liked it.
Yeah.
For
So
many
for some,
people, it can be a dream college.
yeah, exactly. For someone, it's a dream college. Okay, long question. Love kush. Okay, okay. So it's a long question. So we skip. Okay. Do boards also matter? Like where from other boards? Someone CBSE have national Olympiad medal instead of international. Okay, so student have a simple question. It depends. Like there are any preference between like CBSE state board or if I am scoring like national level Olympiad medals. Not international, so it is good.
Yeah, national, any kind of medals or awards that you are getting is really good. Even if you are winning something at national level, it's great.
It's
And
great.
colleges get a lot of application from India. So they will know, they will be familiar about Indian national Olympiads and all these things.
Yeah,
So
and,
don't worry about that.
yeah,
And
and I think yeah,
yeah,
boards.
go ahead.
Yeah, what about boards?
Boards, like between CBSE and international boards, obviously they have international board preference, but CBSE also, they take a lot of students. I think many of the students from India are also from CBSE, not just IB and IGCSE. So yeah, the grades matter. Yes, the board
Yeah,
grades matter.
yeah, definitely. And yeah, Ashmit, what was your extra? Yeah, so I will provide the list of extracurriculars of Kabir. So don't
And
worry. Okay, yeah, and how you manage expenses?
so expenses, I will have 99% financial aid, so it works out. I
Yeah,
had
nine.
actually requested for 95%, but they gave me a bit extra. So that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. If you are, some people exaggerate their need. Like some people will say we need 100%, even if they actually don't. But
Yeah,
I think you should be exactly honest about what you need, and they might give you even more than what you say. So
yeah. And another student have the question: How we can okay, I think. Okay, I think I have to stop. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so another student have a question, how we can start like writing research paper individually.
individually, so I think first you should learn a skill. So for example, for me, it was coding. So I learned coding and then I started to build machine learning projects. And then I just wrote research papers about that. If you're not interested in tech, etc., you can uh, use some kind of science. For example, my third research paper was about testing the water quality in Ajmer, in my city. So you can use your whatever you learned in chemistry or physics, and you can try to do some experiments in your local area and write a scientific research paper. You can do some kind of scientific experiments in your lab. So that is also another kind of research paper that you can write. Yeah.
Okay, and now big question. Okay, can we start YouTube channel for providing information? What is the symbol of the disease? Symbol of which disease? sorry for pronunciation. In that characteristics, we need take that primary action, and on which case we need to meet doctors as soon as possible, and what we can need to eat and what precautions we need to take in the particular disease. So this type of work will count as a great extracurricular activity. So it depends. Yeah, it's just an idea.
I think it would be if you can, because I think it also counts as community service in a way, because you are helping people, you are helping the health of people. That's great. And also it counts as leadership because you are kind of like you created something on your own, and it's also something that you are maybe passionate about. So if you are applying for biology field pre-med, then I think this can be a pretty good extracurricular.
And after reading this question, I can predict that like this long question, you just have idea. I think you didn't start it. Okay, so you are like thinking, okay, so I have to start YouTube channel, or you have a proper planning. So according to me, like impact is more important than idea. So if you have idea, it's good, but I think you have to start working as soon as possible. And if it will be successful, or you created impact, then it will be a great extracurricular. But if you just have idea, you started YouTube channel, and after 1 week you like you are not doing anything, so it's not a good extracurricular. So it depends on your consistency or impact. Okay, so just believe on that, or I'm not believing on ideas. Okay, there is no like good ideas or bad ideas. It's all about your hard work. If you are like just selling simple thing, so it will also a good idea. But if you have a brilliant idea and you are not working properly, so there is no meaning. So I think Love Kush, you got your answer. Okay, so there are all your question. Okay, what is your cost of attendance at U Chicago? So
This
Ashwit, yeah, want to know exact amount, I think.
is about $1,000 a year.
1,000. Okay, amazing. $1,000. Perfect. And there are also other questions. Safety college. Okay. So most of the questions are covered in question section. Okay. Okay. So how do we even shortlist universities? Like every other college says that they are need aware and they do offer scholarships, but they reject well-deserved students.
Yeah, this is a difficult case. So I think you can email their admissions office. I did this for a few colleges, and you can ask for their admission statistics and how many international students they admit who need financial aid, and how much financial aid do they give on average per year to international students. And based on that, you can make a decision. But yes, do prefer the need blind colleges while applying.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Yeah. And another question, many people try to start their extracurriculars very late, like around class 12 or after class 12, I think. So do you think this will have a bad effect on college application?
Yes, I think it can, because the college admission officer might think that you started just for college, and
Yeah, two
they will.
months. Yeah, 2 months before the
It
application.
becomes obvious. It becomes obvious if you start too close. So that's why I was suggesting that ninth and 10th you start building your extracurricular activities, and then like if you have to choose between academics and extracurricular, ninth and 10th you choose extracurricular, and then 11th and 12th you focus really hard on the academics.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Okay. So another question from Abhilek. Okay, Abhilek. So bhaiya, I published a blog on bloggers, but it is not ranked on Google. So for including it in my profile, does it need to be a ranked? So like
No, not at all. Don't worry.
yeah,
They don't care. They don't check how good it is. They don't check
yeah,
how popular it is. They just want to see that it exists, and that you have been doing it for a long time, that you have written a few posts, etc. And then yeah, they don't care much.
exactly, exactly. Can we connect with you on LinkedIn?
Sure, you can search my.
Yeah, I will provide like details of LinkedIn. Okay. So would you recommend going to USA after class 12? Weird question, I think. Would you recommend going to USA after class 12? Little bit.
I would say, yeah. But
Yeah.
depends on your case, on your financial capability, and if you get financial aid in a college. So considering all of that, I would say yes.
Yeah, okay. And yesterday, I just saw a unique case. There was a student from middle class family who can't afford like good amount. He is in 11th grade, I think, or he is not applying in US universities. He is applying for like high school. He want to get into US like for his 12th grade high school. I recommend him don't do that because it's like costly
Not
and
worth it.
not worth it. So yeah, it's good. Na? I suggested him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's unique case, so that's why I'm sharing. So like yeah, like it's waste of money, I think. Okay. How did you manage the stress if you didn't get accepted into any university since you were asking aid?
Yeah, fortunately, I did not experience this. I was not rejected anywhere, but it's just like I think we have to uh, imagine that we are rejected. Like the expectation has to be that we are probably not getting in. So then we will not be disappointed because for international students who need financial aid, it is already very difficult. So we can't be expecting that we will get in. But yeah,
Exactly.
stress is a part of this process. We can't do much about it.
Okay, so Rupinder asking, what do you suggest as community service for students applying for physics? So it's worthless. I think there is no meaning of this question. Like
Community
you are
service
just
does not need to be related to your major.
yeah, exactly. So it's not a good question. Okay, have you attended any summer programs, either online or offline?
No, nothing from ninth grade.
Okay, okay, got it. And there was okay other questions in question sections. So okay, there are lots of questions, I think. Okay, Manish. Okay, it's okay. So what do you think is the best thing apart from flexibility in choosing courses in US universities?
Hmm. I would,
Flexibility in choosing
I would
courses
say
in
that is the best thing, that it's flexible and you don't need to decide. But
yeah.
it depends on every major. Just, oh, sorry, on every, by college to college, it depends. So there is no like one thing for US universities. Krishna, would you like to answer? I am not.
Yeah, I can answer. So just a minute, I have to open other question again. Yeah, so like first of all, if we are talking about major, so you can also like just apply as a undecided. Okay, if you are not like confirmed, okay, I don't have to like pursue that field. I'm like confused between mathematics and computer science, and I'm not able to choose both of them. So just like apply as a undecided. Okay, it will also worth it, and I think you would do that, and just schedule one-on-one session with me, so I will suggest you according to your profile. And there are another question. Asmit, when did you start writing your essay? That's a good
Uh,
question.
between so after 11th ended and before 12th started. So that summer between 11th and 12th, I wrote almost all my essays in that time. And then between December and January, the winter break, I finished the few that were left, and then I applied in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can bet that like 90%, 98% students start their college essay like just 1 or 2 months before the college
Yeah.
application. Yeah, so just start as early as
Use that
possible.
summer
So
between
yeah,
11th. That's the best time to
best
work
time.
on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you have time. Okay, and another question, what was your safety if USA didn't work out, Europe or Singapore? So that student just want to know that which is the best safety place, Europe or Singapore?
I didn't have any safety, but I think Canada might also be a good option if you don't need complete financial aid. Uh, yeah, I'm not that aware. I think Europe also is good for financial aid. They don't have a lot. They don't have high cost of college, I think. So Europe
Yeah,
can.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I also agree that. Another question, what is the difference between Tata scholarship and scholarship offered by university? So Tata scholarship is just offered for a student who got into Cornell University, like that. Okay, so or like
It is a
every
university specific scholarship. So
yeah, fixed
it's
day scholarship. Every university have their different
For example, my scholarship is called Odyssey Scholarship. So that is
yeah,
specific for U Chicago.
yeah, exactly. Any tips for different essays, means unique essays? Ashmit asking.
Like what kind of essay?
Yeah, he just like, I think he's not clear, so I can clear. So Ashmit want to say that how we can write unique essays, different essays, attractive essays.
Uh, there
He,
there are not any rules. Just
yeah,
try to make it unique in yourself. Just don't repeat things that many people would have said. Try to tell a unique story, something unique that happened with you, something that is unique about yourself. So try to say something like that. Yeah.
yeah. Abhilek asking your major. What is your major?
I'm not sure, but I'm probably between data science or statistics, something like that.
Okay, perfect. Any tips? Okay, so these are the questions. Let's come to the questions section. Hmm, okay, that is covered. That is covered. Okay, mostly students covered. Okay, so Kabir, what about like a case, a student who don't have enough money, or he's from middle class family, and he is drop out. Okay, after getting into like he's after graduated from high school, he get to know, okay, I have to go into top universities, MIT, Harvard, Stanford, and extracurriculars are zero, like, and their high school grades are little bit, you can say that good, not like perfect, but 80s, or like 85, 75, like that. So he dreamed to get into MIT. So any honest advice, how they can get into MIT? It is possible, first of all.
I think there is a very low chance. Uh,
Yeah,
if you have this kind of profile, if you don't have any extracurriculars, then maybe you should go for bachelor's in India and then master's. And during that bachelor's time, you can develop extracurriculars. And then in for master's, you can go to Stanford, MIT, wherever you want. If you developed extracurriculars, if you had good grades in your undergrad college. But yeah, with these grades and no extracurriculars, it would be difficult to get financial aid or to
yeah, and yeah, and if we just change the question, we just remove MIT and just add some top universities, like top 100 and top universities, and we
be
just yeah. So I think if he have good set scores, and he just build some other good extracurriculars, so there might be some chances, not 100%, but there might be some chances. So
yeah.
these are the factors. Okay, so this is, and students are asking, could you elaborate your number one extracurricular? What is the number one and best extracurricular?
Number one, I always say research, the research that I published. So
Yeah.
I wrote three research papers. One was about I created a machine learning model to segregate waste between organic, recyclable, and other. So it made the waste segregation process much more faster and more accurate with accuracy level of 97%. So I published that research. Then the second was in collaboration with University of Bologna in Italy. So we analyzed the poetry of an Italian poet. So basically, there was a book that was published after his death, a book of his poetry. But
Oh,
people read that book and they were like, this cannot be his poetry. It's a different style. So
yeah.
there's a lot of debate in Italy about whether it was his poetry or somebody else's. So what we did was we using machine learning, and so that was my second research paper about classification of poetry using natural language processing, if anybody knows. And the third was testing the water quality in the lakes in my city. And yeah.
Okay, amazing, amazing, and great. And another student asking me personally, what were the key factors that you believe made your application stand out? Okay, so any factor, or any key factor you find in your college application to stand out from the competition?
I think grades were there one because I 10th IGCSE I got all the stars, and IB also my grade was 7 in all subjects. So grade was obviously there. Uh, and also I think extracurriculars were unique. I wouldn't say they were the strongest, but they were unique. Like for example, as I had said in my interview, I had a club to spread information about the LGBTQ community. It is pretty unique for India. And I had a website where I was writing articles about cricket. So some unique things like that, alongside some normal, like regular things like the research. So that made.
Okay. Yeah, there are tons of messages, but I also want to ask about like cricket. So let's talk about cricket. So
I
first of
hate.
all, yeah, who love cricket? If anyone love cricket, just raise your hand. Okay, if you love cricket, okay, just raise your hand. Everyone. Okay, no one else. Okay, I am sorry. Sorry, I just forgot. Okay, one, two students. Only two students. So sad. Okay, Sanjay. Yeah, Sanjay, I know you personally. So you can't lie, okay? You love football, okay? So don't lie. Okay. There are only few students. So yeah, Kabir, what about cricket?
Yeah, so cricket, so that was my first extracurricular when I was 11 years old. So actually, no one in my family likes cricket, but I used to talk to them all the time, like, "Hey, why is Kohli playing?" Like, whatever. Like, I used to tell all my opinions to them. So they were like, instead of telling us we are not interested, just write. At least you will get a creative way to express yourself and you will also have fun. So I started writing on that website when I was 11 and I continued. So that was my longest extracurricular. I was doing it for 7 years. So I think colleges also really love when you have been doing something for really long. So if there's a passion that you have had for a long time since you were a child, then try to see if it can fit as an extracurricular because they will really like that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so there are lots of students and lots of questions, I think, flooding personally. Okay, so please ask publicly. Okay, you can also ask. So Kabir also can answer. Okay, so hey, how much time do you spend in these projects and extracurriculars?
Uh, I would say considerable amount of time. Like most of my ninth and 10th grade summer were only about extracurriculars. So those entire summers I spent on the extracurriculars. But 11th I switched, and 11th I started to spend time on the essays and the IB studies. But yeah, ninth and 10th, I think more of your time should be spent in extracurriculars.
Okay, perfect. And another good question, I think, are AP exams required for a CBSE student? I don't think.
They are not required, but
Yeah, they're
can take, it's good, but obviously they don't expect you to take. It's very difficult.
yeah difficult. Okay, so expected family contribution. Okay, so it's a personal question. What was your expected family contribution? I think
So
maybe
I had mentioned like about $2,000 to $3,000, but they gave me more financial aid than that. So
yeah. So yeah,
1,000. So
yeah. So like universities are honest. Okay, don't think that you are just adding 1,000. So they will like charge you for 3,000. So don't think about it. They always like
they give you
consider
a fair deal, what they think is fair.
yeah according
Just
to their yeah. So you also filled out CSS profile.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, CSS because yeah, U Chicago like requires CSS profile, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there are also another questions. What was your number one and number two award?
I don't remember specifically, but I think number one was I got an award for all A stars in IGCSE. So I think that was there. Also, I won the school topper in Hypatia contest for math. It's from University of Waterloo. If anyone is interested in like math major, so you can search this University of Waterloo math contest and you can apply for that. It's very prestigious. So I think that was my number two.
Okay. So another you can say that difficult question or like tricky question. Hey, can someone explain writing essays in class 11th? Do we send them regularly or it's just practice? I don't get the question. Did you get it?
You use those essays for your actual application. You don't need practice. It's not a
Yeah,
test. You use those essays for your application.
yeah, exactly. So again, Hanu asking about future plan. So like you want to secure 9 to 5 job or want to someone that have their own research or entrepreneurship.
I think to start with, after graduating undergrad, I will take a job, and after getting some job experience in a good company, then I will decide if I would like to do entrepreneurship or research or something else. But the first
Yeah.
priority will be a job.
Yeah, and I know that there are mostly 11th or 11th 12th grade students, so they have a misconception, like they must have to like do entrepreneurship journey, and like 9 to 5 job is difficult, and entrepreneurship journey is like quite interesting, good, comfortable, so it's a
Difficulty
biggest.
teaches you the hard work, so
Yeah,
you can learn a lot from the job, and then you can still start entrepreneurship. That's
yeah,
what I.
yes, yeah. So don't think that 9 to 5 job is bad. According to me, it's good, like for getting experience and proper stuff. So if you like ready to like do extreme hard work, okay, extreme hard work from the day one, then you can choose entrepreneurship journey. But if you want to do everything in like proper way or like safety, so you can choose job. Okay. So another question, we are not, we are like afraid, don't accepted any school. I am personally very afraid of the rejection. Okay, so like Asmit is like afraid to get rejections. Okay,
So
so
you can include more safeties in your college list.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's all we can do. Just be confident. It's okay. It will
yeah,
work.
yeah,
But then you can have more safeties and less dream colleges. That's the
yeah,
suggestion.
yeah. And Nida, I think Kabir also answered your question. Key factor, which is the high school grades. Okay, key factor.
Yeah.
Okay, and if give claps, would it be the considered as extracurricular or affect it as a similar way like APs do? Claps.
I'm not sure. Are you aware?
So please can you elaborate Abhishek, Abhilek, sorry, Abhilek about claps.
Aware performance.
Yeah.
Sir, it's like an exam we give of a particular subject like sociology, physiology, psychology, and so on.
Okay.
If it's an internationally recognized exam, then it will be valid.
Yeah. So
If
Abhilek.
it's not an international standard, they will accept it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's given on that college board side, so I was just
And
asking.
then they will. College board is their own thing, so any US
Yeah.
college.
Yeah. Yeah. Any advices for safeties for students with 50K or 20K extracurriculars or EFC? I don't get it.
So it depends on your grades and your profile. So
Okay.
you'll have to see more, research more.
Okay. Okay. Wonder kid. Yeah. Yeah. Kabir is a wonder kid. College level examination program. Clap. Okay. Okay. Abhilek. Okay, there are lots of questions. Okay, I think we have to choose only few one which are interesting. I think now. Any good question? Okay, here are some questions. Keep crossing. Would you recommend? Okay, so first of all, if anyone have any doubt, then you can just like comment or message me personally. So I will answer. And there was another question, Aliya. So Aliya, Fatima asking, did you include all the competitions you participated, or only the winning ones as your extracurriculars?
So actually, I didn't mention any competitions. I just mentioned the activities. So for example, I have taken part in a lot of music competitions, like playing guitar, drum, etc. But I didn't mention any like particular awards because it makes it seem less because unless it's a national level uh competition or international level competition, then there is no point of writing like if you won something in your school, like for music or something like that, or for debate MUN. It's not that big if unless it's like a national stage. So it's better to just mention music or like guitar or MUN and just like write about what you did in that activity rather than the awards that you won.
Okay, totally makes sense. And another student have a good question, I think. Okay, he is asking about grades are like for GPA, and set is 1500, international extracurriculars, national level is sports. music, degree, etc. So it's a question or answer, I
No,
think.
he's asking because we were asking like it depends on the grades. He was asking
Okay,
for safeties.
yeah,
He
and
said
you tell.
if you want liberal arts colleges, then uh, you can look at about any college with about like 30 to 40% acceptance rate could be safe for you, I think, with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and if we are talking about liberal art colleges, so
Yeah.
sometimes like some student have you can say that good acceptance. For example, if a liberal art college whose acceptance rate is 35%, and there is another college whose acceptance rate which is not like liberal art, but acceptance rate is you can say that like 12% or like maybe 20%. So sometimes liberal art like have good acceptance rate, but they will reject you. Okay, reject you because they have different kind of mindset like compared to other universities. For example, if you are just showing your interest in everything, and they have a learning kind of stuff, so I think we will explain further about that. Another question. Okay, how did you demonstrate your passion for your intended field of study or major? In your application, do we need to have a spike in our application to get into top universities? Nida is asking.
So if you see my extracurriculars, there was no spike related to data science or statistics. Nothing at all. My spike was actually I didn't have a spike. Like I had some machine learning, coding, some community service, some other stuff, some sustainability related stuff. So I don't think you need to have a spike unless you are applying to a really like tech college, for example, Harvey Mudd or CMU, some college like that. So then they really like to see coding and tech related stuff. But otherwise, any extracurricular that you have is good for the college. So
Yeah,
you can show your interest through that. You can show it through your essay. So all my essays that asked like why this major, I always talked about data science or statistics. So that's also valid.
yeah. So another question: what is liberal arts? So liberal have less. You can say that small classes, and they are mainly focusing on your other fields like they are not particularly dedicated to like coursework. Okay, they are also like have classes for other stuff. Okay, other activities. So they are believing on learning. Okay, they have a like environment of learning, not just like getting degree or just working on
Getting
your.
a job. It's not like
Yeah,
it's also less stressful in I think.
yeah, exactly. Okay. Divya Goyal have question. Do we get scholarships only for the tuition? Okay, or for the accommodation as well?
For everything. So
Yeah,
my scholarship includes everything. Also like insurance, health insurance, which is very expensive in US. So
yeah,
your university also covers that. That's great.
yeah, yeah. So
Hello.
Divi, like it covers everything.
Hello.
Okay.
There's one question I want to ask, Bhaiya. I came just now. What are the things you wish you know before in this journey?
Before applying.
Like before for the things you wish you knew before, like if you knew these things before, like you would have got into MIT or Harvard, something like that. Like that.
He know, I think he know.
Uh, there must be something, right? Like
Yeah, maybe a few like
there was some
awards.
regrets.
For example, like Prime Minister, like I just recently heard about some Prime Minister Bal Puruskar Award, something like that. So if you
Mm-hmm.
can search more about these kind of awards, I think that can help your application.
I see.
Yeah, agree with that.
Like
And
Harvard.
one more thing. And what are the profiles of other students who got into U Chicago? Like you must know people who got into U Chicago from India, right? Like how are their profiles? Like what are the spikes and all that?
I'm not really aware of their extracurriculars, etc. But they all have like really strong grades. I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of them from India were interested in like STEM fields. That I just noticed that. I'm not sure if that's the case or that's their preference, but from my observations, I think they picked a lot of like STEM inclined students.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so one student is commenting. I have 1520 set score. Should I submit to Yale or apply the test optional? Because
No,
Yale average SAT is 1550. So 1520 is less.
no, average is not 1550. That would be like average from the people who submit, maybe.
Yeah.
That still seems wrong. 1550 is a very high average. Above 1500, submit. Don't think too much about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't apply as the test optional. Okay. So it's a biggest mistake. If you scored like 1520, which is like good
Why are you
score.
confused? Just go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So I think it's kidding. No, I think it's serious. He's serious. Okay.
Go ahead.
Serious.
Submit.
Okay. Okay. So another question. Okay. Which major should I choose if I want to go in IB in the future? So it's
In,
a
in
difficult.
Ivy Leagues.
IB in IB board, I think. IB board in the future.
Which
Okay,
major?
yeah, confusing question. So let's
It doesn't
uh
matter for Ivy.
yeah, 1515, 15 is the average set score in Yale.
Oh, 15. Yeah, so you are above the average. That's great.
Yeah. So Hanu is the like you can say that dream university is Yale. So he knows everything about Yale, like who
Definitely.
founded Yale.
You have a good chance.
Yeah, investment banking. So Ashmit, what about like investment banking? I think you got.
Oh, he wants to go into investment banking. Okay. You can go for economics, I think. Economics or business economics, something like that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah. So another student like I score 1030 1000 and thus 1030 set in set. So can I apply for scholarship for US universities?
You can, but not to the top ones. If you apply to the top ones, then you should go test optional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I also agree with that because like it's not the good score for getting a scholarship, good scholarship. You at least like more than 1300 or 1400. Okay,
You can
some
try to
scholarship.
practice more and improve if possible.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Okay. So yeah, he's just repeating the question. Okay, so I have 1500. Okay, and I am thinking of retaking in October to increase my like SAT scores. So by around 30 to 40. Okay, so it's a good idea or just like go with 1500.
He has 1500 right now and he wants
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
For which colleges? It depends. So if it's for like complete top, like top 10, top 20 colleges, then yeah, it's a good idea. You can do it. But if it's for like lower, like top 50 colleges, then it's fine. 1500 is really good already. So
yeah. Okay, and why did you consider when you choose your yearly ED university? Why did you consider, I think, U Chicago
yeah,
when you are choosing ED universities?
I just considered a lot of things like what kind of courses would they require me to study, the location, and the majors that they offer. And U Chicago, like as I mentioned earlier, the vibe, the atmosphere of the place was really like exciting for me. It was kind of like they focus a lot on intellect and like being intellectual and theory of subjects and like actual learning. So I really liked it. And also I would get a lot of internships in Chicago. So yeah.
Okay, so another questions like first is does my chance of getting in Yale University increase if I apply for EECS, electrical or mechanical, and not computer science? So like basically that student have a question. If I'm just like not choosing computer science, I'm choosing another field. So it will like it's a common question, I think. Yeah,
It's very common.
common.
I we can't say for sure because we don't know how the admission officer thinks. It may
Yeah,
help, it may not help you, but I think sometimes they can understand because they read so many applications from India from people like us that
yeah.
they can sometimes understand that this guy wants to switch to computer science. He is just like using another major to. So I think it's all better to just be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Like not just like choosing another field, only sake of like college admission. And on the internet, there are tons of you can say that articles. They are saying that okay, just choose that major, so it will increase your chances. So it's like fake. You can say that because like it's all about
especially
supply
for
chain.
especially for a place like Yale, like they don't consider the major much while you are coming.
Yeah, and like
Big,
it's also about supply chain. Like from last 10 years, they are receiving, okay, mostly students want to like pursue CS. So they have faculty, they have everything, okay. So don't think that, okay, if I'm choosing another field, maybe like this college don't have proper like system for that field, okay. That I think mechanics. So it's kind negative sometimes. So it totally depends, and it's a myth, okay. So
we
just choose.
can't say for sure. There is no like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the, and okay, another same question. What? Yeah, Zoha is like asking, what was your SAT score? Yeah, repeated question.
It was
What was?
15.
Yeah, and what did you consider as you choose your decision university? Okay, yeah, he choose U Chicago. Okay, there are also, yeah, other questions. How much cost of bachelor's of computer science at University of Memphis of Chicago? So I think you can check their official website. You have knowledge about that? University
University
of
of,
Memphis, Memphis.
oh, I'm not sure. You
Okay,
can
or
be available on the website. But the
yeah,
cost depends on if they give you financial aid or not, right? So
yeah, because like it's not like confirmed that sometime the cost is like little bit different every year. It is not okay. So another student is asking, like he scored 96% in ninth, in 10th 99%, in 11th 88%, in 12th 96% predicted score. So what is in like American GPA? Is it competitive to Yale? He is saying that, okay, I think it's good
it's
GPA.
really good. It's really good
Yeah,
for you have a
yeah,
chance for sure.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so another question here. Okay, so how did you know you got accepted into Princeton? As you say,
I opened the decision. I'm not supposed to. When you get ED, then you are supposed to withdraw the others. But Princeton, I was like, I wanted to know if I got it. So I just opened it and I did. So yeah.
yeah,
But it's
definitely.
unethical. You are not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so another student. Okay, yeah, I think we answered that question. Okay, so there are also other questions. Okay, in terms of questions, I think it's also covered. Okay, so if anyone have any questions, then you can also unmute. Okay, just unmute and ask. Okay, just unmute. Anyone? Mm-hmm. Okay, one student, I think. Okay, so let's cover the question. Okay, Sam. Ninth में 82% due to COVID and personal reason. Will be explained in 10th. 10th में 96%, 11th में 93, and in 12th 95%. Is it competitive enough? Like,
Yeah,
I-
very good. Very
yeah,
good.
very good.
And your
Yeah,
SAT is also good. So
yeah.
you have a good profile.
Yeah, and there was one also concept of graph. Okay, there are three types of graph in GPA. First is constant graph, like student just scoring constant mark, like 85, 80, 85, like that. The other graph is decreasing graph, like in ninth grade 96% and decreasing in 12th is 75 or like that. Or the third one is which is like positive graph, which is increasing graph. So you
Positive
are
graph.
showing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you are showing positive graph, I think, Ashmit. It's increasing graph.
Actually, an advantage
Yeah,
rather than if you had constant. Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly, because they are focusing on growth or impact. You are just like,
improvement. Positive.
yeah,
Yeah.
you are doing progress. Okay, that question. Okay, another question from there. I got 67% in 12th grade. Can I apply to US? Yeah, you can apply, but not in MIT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you can try for an Indian college, and then masters you can go to US. But yeah, you can surely apply to some safety colleges.
yeah, and we don't, first of all, we are not suggesting like हम 100% नहीं बोल रहे, because we don't know about your 9th,
It's
10th
it's
grade.
unlikely.
Yeah, so if you are like have 90% in your 9th, 10th, 11th, and there wasn't some reason for 12th
Exactly.
grade, so yeah,
You can write an essay to explain the reason, and
yeah,
then it's possible. Yes.
yeah, but if you have like average, okay, 65, 60, 65, then 70, say, 67 in 12th grade, so don't apply in MIT. Okay. Okay, Manjot. Yeah. Don't worry, Manjot. I will talk to you after this session. Okay. Another question. The reason was my touch screen laptop screen broke and it took responses without even touching. So that resulted in me not being able to give my school online exams during COVID and bad marks. So I plan to explain this in the additional info. So in which grade? I think Ashwin.
Ninth
Okay,
grade.
okay. Yeah, you can explain.
Same, but so the computer was taking responses on its own. So then why did
Yeah,
but how did you get 82% then and not like zero, yeah, whatever? You know,
yeah.
like, so like maybe explain it like completely. Maybe it just happened in one exam. In the others you got 90 above, but because of this one exam, the overall percentage dropped. Something like that. So just yeah, you can
Yeah,
explain it. Yes, there's no
yeah,
problem.
yeah. But yeah, with like honestly, like if you have another honest reason, then you can
You
use,
explain.
yeah,
So
use the man weightage. Yeah, and he is saying that case the man weightage was taken in from annual exam which was offline. Okay. So you also take like offline exam. So
makes sense.
okay, yeah, we understand. But I think you have to mention this also in your like explanation. Okay,
I think you can get a letter of recommendation from a teacher who can like confirm this. So if a teacher in the letter of recommendation also writes that he had this issue in this problem, but in the offline test he always performed well, then they will also be sure about it.
yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that. Okay, there are lots of questions. I have got 4 GPA constantly. So from grade 10th to till 12th. So can I get full scholarship? Yeah, you can, but it's not the only factor. Okay, your
It
SAT.
depends on your need. Like, yeah, if you
Yeah,
can afford more, then they will not give you full. But if you can't afford, you will get. Yeah.
yeah, totally makes sense. And okay, there are another tons of questions. Scroll. Okay, so I think there are lots of questions, and if we will continue, so it will take 2 or 3 days because, like, I know I'm just like every day in just 5 to 6 minutes, I'm receiving new message. So every day, like 60 to 70 messages, like new messages. So I know these students have lots of questions. I believe so. Just message me personally. So, Kabir, what about like any fun fact during college application? I think you already shared in the interview. I remembered.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
It was not fun. The
yeah.
process was not fun for me.
Yeah,
Like everything in my life around that in that time was just about college, college. It was yeah, all my YouTube, everything was filled with colleges. I did not used to think about anything else. And please don't do this. This is not suggestion from my side. It's
yeah,
actually a non-fun fact.
yeah,
It's something to avoid. Every day, take a break, 1 2 hours, sit with your family, something like that. And but for me, the problem is even my mom was talking about colleges. So even if I'm with my family, I used to talk about colleges only.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So everything is college. Like, okay, yeah, it's a yeah. I think it's a fun fact. Yeah, everything is like okay. So already also a student have a question. Yeah, and what about like how did you like manage to get a title of like best fan or fan of uh,
So
Royals? Yeah.
that's because of the website. I used to write a lot of articles there, and Rajasthan Royals actually saw someone working there was used to read my website, and they saw that I am an RR fan. So in 2020 they started this program called Super Royals. So they took like some super fans of Rajasthan Royals, like huge fans. So they reached out to me through that website, and so I got recruited, and then I used to make like videos and stuff like that for them, and it was really good.
Okay, perfect. So I think it's a unique extracurricular. So
Yeah,
did
this
you edit? Yeah, it's a like different. You can say that. So another question. I think these are the last questions. How did you manage your time? Were you overwhelmed?
I was. I was over.
Okay,
This is the question I wish I knew how to answer because I did not manage my time well. I spent too much time working on college, etc. So maybe maybe this is something for you guys to learn from, to like also do other things and have some fun alongside the process.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, time management. Yeah, Lavkush also have some question. Yeah, time management is like not the easy task first of all, and don't be a like perfect. Like don't think that okay, by tomorrow, just make a timetable. Okay, from like 6 to 7, I will do workout. Then 6 to 6:05, I just like brush. Then 6 to 6:05 to 6:15, I will do that. Okay, I know many students are doing that,
Difficult to
but
follow.
but yeah, I'm not suggesting that it will help you to like manage your time. It will never help you because it's impossible to work as a robot. Okay, so just you can also do a, you can say that making a checklist, like every day in the morning, just make a checklist or try to complete that checklist. Okay, there is no limit, just you have to complete one by one, priority wise. Okay, first priority, second priority, so whole day. So I think it will help you to manage your time. Okay, not any like particular timetable. Hmm.
That's great.
Okay, and how I can apply? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can apply like if you want to apply in top universities or not MIT, mostly top universities. You can use Common App. Okay, I think you all know about Common App and Square, like the new name of Pollution App. Okay, it's also covered. Okay, I think most of the questions are covered. Okay, so yeah, Kabir, anything you want to share? Then we can end.
Just yeah, I'm glad the fact that you guys are like listening to this Q&A and attending the webinar and following Krishna's channel is already like is already shows how committed you are to this process, and I'm sure that you guys will all get really good results. So yeah, really good luck and keep going. And thank you
Yeah.
so much to Krishna for organizing such great sessions for all of you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Billions of thanks, Kabir. Because like I just want to help those students who have tons of doubts. I
Right.
don't know if a student preparing for JE or NEET or something else, so they don't have doubt. They don't have anything. That they know everything. Like okay, I just have to focus on 3 subjects. But in this field, like students are like there is no limit of curiosity. They have tons of questions. Okay, I am like doing that. I'm doing research on that topic. It is a good extracurricular. I am like doing that. Okay, thank you, and please accept my connection on LinkedIn.
I
Okay,
I
yeah,
I, I will just
yeah, yeah, please, yeah. So, yeah, they will. He will definitely accept it. Okay, so thank you, Kabir, and all the best for your journey. And I think in the future we will also conduct sessions how to like manage college life, how to
yes.
manage.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's also good. I haven't any particular examination like SCT. Okay, so yeah, we'll prepare. I think Dipesh take SAT, know about SAT. Okay, so after this, I'm just like ending this session from YouTube. So bye bye, all of you.
Bye.